I'm Melly.
I'm Chris.
And this is Beggar's Belief, home of scams, shams, hoaxes, pranks, and charlatans. Stories you shouldn't believe because someone is lying. True stories of real liars.
Whoa, did we change it?
I added something.
What? This is a different podcast.
No, it was just me working on a shorter thing to put on stickers eventually.
All of our branding just went out the door.
We don't have any
we
branding.
Have to start over. We've got stickers.
We got stickers.
I mean, I haven't seen them, but I've been told we have stickers.
They exist. Chris, you just went on vacation.
Sure did.
Yeah, took the fam.
Yeah, went to Disneyland.
Went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
You realize you sent me, as your pictures were coming up on social media, you sent me down a spiral as listening to Podcast Ride, Defunct Land, Jenny Nicholson, all of those.
What kind of friend would I be if I didn't send you down rabbit holes?
Yeah, exactly. So,
fun fact, I got to watch Mr. Toad go to hell.
On the ride, I hope.
Yes, we'll leave it at that.
It wasn't just an ecclesiastical experience.
It smelled like sulfur and it was really warm. So take that as you will.
We condemned Mr. Toad to the depths. Mr. Toad, a character only known anymore for that ride.
Direct to Ferg hell.
Yeah. So I had some Disney stuff on my to-do list, so I decided to bump that up.
All right.
So we're going to do some Disney shenanigans. It's going to be a couple of things mishmashed together again.
All right, the true Disney experience.
Yeah, exactly.
Do I get a Mickey ice cream cone after we're done?
No, I did get cupcakes.
Okay. Oh, there are. Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go. Speed run this.
So, let's get this out of the way. When we're talking about hoaxes, Walt Disney is not cryogenically frozen under the Pirates of the Caribbean.
Duh, it's somewhere else in the park.
No. The timeline doesn't match up. Other people have gone way more depth with it. It doesn't make sense scientifically.
All right, fair enough. Fine.
Here's your little put yourself in the situation thing. The year is 2006, so it's actually one you would have been allowed live for. You are Texan.
Yeehaw.
Yeah.
I'm going to Disney with my truck.
You have some money, oil money, cattle money, whatever else, big hat money, whatever Texans have.
Big hat money.
Big
Let's
hat
go
money,
with big
yeah.
hat money.
So you're networking, looking to invest.
All right.
And you bump into a guy named Thomas Lucas Jr.
Thomas Lucas Jr. This sounds like he's going to assassinate a president.
He's not. He has insider knowledge that you can get in on the bottom floor, all of those other buzzwords that business people say.
I'm digging his synergy right now.
Yeah, because he found out Disney's looking to build a park in Texas, just north of Dallas.
Okay.
Big Mouse playing things close to the chest. He has all the paperwork so you can look over, and there's going to be real estate investments going on all around the place, and you can get in on the bottom floor. You know what happens to property values around Disney parks, but he has all the hookups, all the things. You just have to hand over your money. So,
okay, this sounds completely legit. I'm just going to take it out of my big hat.
Yeah.
Hand this gentleman my money.
Yeah. So I'm guessing you can figure out what the hoax is on this one.
Yeah, obviously.
The
other guy's not from Texas.
So with what investors would have been looking at the time, right after 2001, tourism obviously dipped down, but things were starting to pick up. Parks were beginning to invest in growth. Disneyland Hong Kong had just opened. Resorts were being announced, new rides, attractions, overhauls to existing parks. Over the past 10 years, investors would have seen a lot of growth to Disney properties. There's also how Disney buys up property, because Disney has a tendency of buying up low-value property and building. There's the whole thing where they bought the property in Orlando under fake names.
What?
Yeah. Going totally off script here. Basically, because they were trying to buy up all these orange fields that really had no value, so they created all of these fake companies to buy them up.
Subsidiaries that they used to oh my gosh, of course
and
they did.
You will appreciate this so much. They were all puns.
Of course they were.
Things like empty lots.
I can't be mad anymore. I can't. That's what Imagineers do, Mel.
I like that the one person is like, you create the shell corporation, you come up with the puns.
Fun. You name it.
Yeah. Oh, and that was the other thing. There was, in Virginia, in the 70s, they had tried to create Disney America. There was an entire Defunct Land episode on this. It's fantastic.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
What?
It was going to be
Virginia?
an Americana-themed... So, again, this would have been in investors' minds.
Yeah.
So, knowing that, investors would have had a lot of good reason to think that this might be legit. Enter Thomas Lucas Jr. He claimed to be trading insider information, information from the inside.
Yeah, of that big old hat.
No, from inside Disney.
Who's wearing a big old hat? I just want to see Mickey in a really big hat. Interesting.
So Thomas Lucas Jr. has all this insider information. He knows what's going on before anyone in the public knows. You can get in on the ground floor before anything happens. But no, he claimed the park in Texas was going to be called Frontier Disney because what Texas needs is a Texas-themed theme park. And he was backing this up with paperwork. He had maps of the area, sketches of the park, concept designs. I looked and couldn't find any of these paperwork. So in my head, he just had printouts of a roller coaster tycoon.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And see, now over here's where we're going to put the biggest bathroom you've ever seen.
I want to get off Mr. Bones' Wild Ride. He had paperwork with Disney logos on it, forged signatures from Disney executives, and what he claimed was leaked emails from his person on the inside of the company.
Okay.
Like,
honestly, big old hats off to this guy. Like, if you're going to scam people, this is a good way to do it. Like, I'm not making ideas. I'm just listening.
Now, you're probably asking who this person on the inside is.
Yeah. Who was this person on the inside?
Well, depends on who he was talking to. Sometimes it was a childhood friend or somebody he knew he went to college with or high school with. Really just changed depending on who he was talking to.
Because, my uncle's second cousins, best friends, groom's parties, third removed, roommate from badminton practice, also used to work at Nintendo when I was a kid. Yeah. So...
See, that's where you went. I went with this visualization of, Goofy sending out leaking emails.
Well, gosh, I shouldn't have hit send on that one, Mickey.
Because it couldn't be Donald. He would have been too angry for
Correct.
corporate, just the rage would not lend itself to corporate espionage, but I think that Goofy could pull it off. That's my take on this.
Now I need another Goofy movie. Yuck me if you can.
It's a Goofy movie, but it's just the Wolf from Wall Street. Played exactly the same. So Thomas Lucas Jr. has all this information, and he's convincing investors to buy into the land surrounding the park, because obviously this is going to be prime for hotel land.
It's huge.
He was convincing other people, we're going to buy the land that the park is going to be at, and then flip it, sell it to Disney.
All right.
How many people fell for this? Lucas convinced 280 investors to spend $20 million buying land in the area, and another 60 investors he sold options into the property.
What?
Yep. He set up joint ventures, limited liability companies, all around this idea. Meanwhile, Lucas is out. He bought himself a $14,000 suit and spent $8,400 on cigars. So
is he related to Bernie Madoff by any chance? Because he made off with people's money here.
He certainly did. He stole from the mouse. Well, not from the mouse, but...
Stolen the name of the mouse.
He stole the name of the mouse.
And the name of the mouse.
He claimed it was coming from the mouth of the mouse.
The mouth of the... I hate that.
Yeah. So the first investors started in 2006 and were rushing to buy in because Lucas told them Disney was going to announce the park at the Cowboy Cowboys game on Thanksgiving.
That's an interesting place to announce. I
it was Texas.
Cowboys is the big thing, but still, it's like...
That didn't happen, obviously. So he claimed, I was mistaken. It's actually going to be announced at the Super Bowl 2007. No, Super Bowl 2008. No. Maybe it was the Beijing Olympics where they're going to announce it.
My God.
Meanwhile, he's just stringing along more and more people. Finally, in 2010, somebody realized that maybe there's not going to be another Disney park.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Reported him to the FBI. Launched an
All right,
investigation.
that's a little harsh. That's a little harsh. Come on.
I like that we go from this guy carrying the Mickey Mouse balloon with the ears showing up at the FBI office going, I had my dreams.
I had my dreams.
FBI sits him down, things get serious. Lucas claims he himself was deceived. He was merely the messenger. And this was in 2013. He claimed he got this information from a man who I will not name because he has jack all to do with this and was dead at the time, so he was a really easy patsy.
Oh, okay, yep.
This man he met at a methadone clinic.
Okay.
This guy had just fled Hurricane Katrina and was working odd jobs and had zero relationship whatsoever with Disney.
As you do.
Yeah. So
as you don't.
This was his scapegoat, the guy in methadone clinic who...
I think at this point we can call it his scape mouse. This was his scape mouse.
So the only person who testified on Lucas's behalf was his own father.
Who was actually just Lucas. He walked out and put on a mustache and came back in with a slight stoop. That's my boy. My boy would never lie.
2015, he was found guilty, sentenced to 17 years in prison, and ordered to pay back $8.4 million.
Only 8.4?
Yeah.
You got to keep some. That's
exactly.
Great. I love how math works that way.
Wait till we get to the next string. So we're going to move on to a Disney park that does exist, because like I said, this is going to be a mashup of a couple of things.
Okay.
One thing I didn't realize was how much of a mess it was back at opening day and the dedication at 1955 Disneyland.
Oh, that was a nightmare.
That was not on my thing. So much it got the nickname Black Sunday from Walt. People were looking forward to this opening day. It was going to be covered in a live TV special with 9 million viewers at home, which was similar to the number of people who were watching I Love Lucy when it released. And it started with a little bit of rumors of a hoax.
Okay.
So I'm going to include it within the purview of our podcast.
All right.
The first day was supposed to be only for invited guests like press workers and sponsors, sort of a soft open. So it sent out 11,000 invitations and everything was planned around that attendance. People strode up and kept showing up. By mid-afternoon, they were swamped by 28,000 attendees. And it turns out that there was a whole lot of people selling counterfeit tickets.
Gosh. Weirdest thing. Same happened to Willy Wonka, too. Same thing.
So the fake tickets added to the numbers, along with this issues where people could write in their party size on the ticket. Oh so you could be like, oh, we're giving this to this reporter, and he's like, I will show up with my 17 closest friends. Yeah.
I'm going to take the whole office to Disneyland.
Exactly. It's the first day ever for Disney. So food vendors are running out. Trees are still being planted. And my favorite fact was that the asphalt was so fresh that high heels were just sinking into the ground, trapping women.
Wow.
Imagine?
The mouse built the perfect human trap.
I went to Disney and all I got to show for it was this overturned ankle.
And over here, you can still see the high heel from 1955 on Black Sunday.
There was a plumber's strike, so water fountains were empty, and in the afternoon there was a gas leak that shut down a major part of the park. Meanwhile, the live feed had issues. Broadcast ended with the ABC reporter saying, "Well, Walt, you made a bum out of Barnum." There's our guy. There's our guy. Right. Yeah. Then he and Walt turned to walk towards the castle. They got tangled in the microphone cord, stumbled, and they dropped the microphone.
Presentation is everything.
Yep. Makes me feel a little bit better about how badly we do here sometimes.
No, we're doing better than Walt Disney on opening day at Disneyland.
We haven't dropped the microphone?
That. Not yet.
Okay, that's because we're sitting on the floor.
Not yet.
There's nowhere to drop it to.
Watch me.
So let's talk about ghosts next.
Oh.
Yeah, we're going to jump to our next story.
Are we going into the Haunted Mansion?
We're going everywhere but the Haunted Mansion. This was on my docket for our October Spooky Month.
Okay.
But, I'm gonna
accelerated timeline vacation. My fault.
It's okay. I have plenty for Spooky Month, so I'm not too worried about it. So a guilty pleasure of mine is ghost compilation videos on YouTube.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I can send you a couple of.
Oh yeah, Nuke's too. Top 5, Slapped Ham, all of those. Yep. I love debunking them.
Yep.
I love looking at them, and there's the ones that are obviously faked, but then there's the ones where something else has happened and it's been mistaken. And those are my favorite when you can figure out that, oh shoot, that's just the light refracting off of
Venus.
It's a really specific.
Sorry, I forgot
car
that
headline.
Was from my time being in the Men in Black.
Yeah,
that's the standard protocol answer.
Yeah. So there were these weird videos that were making the rounds, taken from security cameras at Disneyland, supposedly.
Okay.
Have you seen any of these?
No.
Okay.
I don't know about this.
They started back in 2009, so these are older. The first one shows a shadowy figure at night after the park closes, walking down the path from the Haunted Mansion.
Okay.
It's caught on 4 different security cameras, all synced up, same figures, multiple cameras. Some people said it's the ghost of a security guard. Some people have said it's the ghost of Walt itself. Went super viral. There's another one that came out. It's an inspector supposedly on the Tower of Terror, riding alone with a clipboard in hand, taking notes. And as the light flickers, figure appears next to him, figure appears behind him. This one, the first time I saw it, it actually gave me chills. It's creepy. There's one with a ghost called Mr. One Way, who supposedly rides next to the individual, disappearing as the ride goes on. And the security camera catches a see-through man getting on at Space Mountain next to a single passenger and then disappears. There's a shadowy figure in front of Snow White's grotto. There's a strange man standing on the castle during its fireworks. These things are just Yeah.
All right, now I've got my own rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah, I will send you the compilation.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. There's been a bunch of debunks of these over the years, one by another YouTube favorite. I am really exposing my YouTube addiction in this episode, aren't I?
No, it's fine. You tell you what, for one of our Patreon episodes, eventually, what if you and I just take turns reading off our YouTube search history?
No.
Okay. Okay, I tried.
No.
Because I don't want to read mine either.
No one reads my search history. I don't even read my search history. But yeah, there was a debunk by Captain Disillusion. Have you seen him?
No.
I have to send you everything.
Send me, Mel,
he is fantastic. He is fantastic. But we now know the definitive proof, not just a speculative debunk.
Okay.
And it's all because of viral marketing for Toy Story.
Wait, what? Hold on, my brain is trying to come to a conclusion without the context, and I am not What?
I love the facial expressions you went through right there. So the villain of Toy Story 3.
Yes.
Lotso Hug and Bear.
Yes.
Just came up in trivia last week. One of the ways they advertised the film was to create a fake 1980s commercial for the Stuffy. And they added it to compilations of real commercials.
Okay.
From the 80s. Basically, they were trying to gaslight like Gen Xers and elder millennials, was this a real character?
This?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I had that. I must have had that.
It sat right next to my Teddy Ruxpin.
I think everyone put like AC/DC and Teddy Ruxpin, didn't they?
Probably.
Yeah.
My mom put a lot of Shania Twain.
So this got noticed and was a fairly large thing where it was like, what? No, this wasn't a real thing, but the commercial was very convincing. So jump forward exactly 10 years, which makes me suspect that this was when an NDA expired. Filmmaker Christopher Cantwell admitted he was the one who produced the fake Lotso commercial.
Okay.
On the behest of Disney. And then the dam burst. And he admitted, oh yeah, I also created all those Disneyland ghost videos. And I'm going to quote. The famous Disneyland ghost videos. Yep, us. Stuntmen dressed in white, clean over clean footage and throughout VFX overlays shot in the park overnight. I love that they live on. Haunted Mansion, CCTV, Space Mountain, Tower of Terror. Our stuntman was on a crane behind the castle during the fireworks show. Haunted Mansion was filmed from the roof of the Pirates of the Caribbean. We were in Space Mountain for hours with the house lights on.
What?
That's a tweet that he sent out.
That's...
Just admitting that I did it. Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, like, do you want to talk about viral marketing?
Well, this was also this was 2009, 2012.
Yeah.
This is the time era of creepypasta, ghost videos, all of that going like super viral. So it was a fantastic viral marketing.
Yeah.
And
honestly, brilliant. Like,
exactly.
Kudos. Like, good job.
Christopher's last tweet listed out his help, who he names his secret wizards, who helped him out with him. And he says, I fell asleep under the Walt and Mickey statue that night. Which is kind of sweet.
Yeah. No, actually, I kind of like that imagery.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, everything else I was finding for the most part with the Disney hoaxes was not... A lot of it comes from this one website that does like the Onion-style articles, and a lot of people have believed that Cinderella's castle is burning down or anything. But we started with a fake Disneyland park. Let's end with a fake Disneyland park.
All right. Another one?
So last year, 2023, a post went viral which showed a screenshot of a Wikipedia page.
Okay.
It was for Disneyland, Oklahoma.
Are you...
Which supposedly was built by a man named Zachariah Richard in 1987. The park wasn't actually associated with the actual Disney, but was built after this Zachariah realized that the patent for Disneyland was misspelled. Okay?
Is this the thing with like two eyes instead of one? Okay, I know of this, I think, kind of. Yes.
The article states that the park was destroyed in 2022 when the International Space Station fell on it.
I mean, that was such a tragedy. That was horrific. I can't believe that's what it... Yeah.
And there were still people who believed it because meteor literacy is not a thing.
Correct.
Obviously, there was no Disneyland, Oklahoma, no Zachariah. Patents don't work that way. And the space station is still in orbit. It didn't fall.
As far as we know.
Especially not into Oklahoma.
Look, if it's got to go anywhere...
Where the winds come sleeping down the International Space Station.
That's my favorite musical.
Yeah. There is a town named Disney in Oklahoma, though.
Okay.
So there's...
Does that town predate?
Yeah, just...
Like Walt Disney?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Interesting.
I mean, it is a last name.
Yeah. Interesting.
So that's my little coalition of Disney things that I came up with for this.
Wow.
Bit all over the place, I know, but...
See, now I want to go back and I want to recreate ghost videos at Disneyland. But I'm just going to, like, run around in a very cheap, like, Spirit Halloween costume. Probably Scream is probably not the best option in public.
No, you just need to
And
do
I also
Ghost
don't
like...
want to do it in a white sheet.
You're not going to Beetlejuice it?
I'll Beetlejuice it. I'll go full Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's only at Universal. I can't get in trouble at Disney for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Next vacation, we're set. You know what? I'll say it's viral marketing for the new movie.
There you go.
Perfect excuse.
There you go.
Michael Keaton. If you want to partner with us, if you want to support us, Tim Burton, anybody involved with the Beetlejuice property, just don't sue us. That'd be great.
I love that Beetlejuice actually has like the cheapest costume that you can do that's screen ready just by cutting 2 holes in a sheet and...
Correct.
Yeah.
We look stupid. No, we're ghosts. All right, well, you heard it all here, probably maybe not first, but maybe for a second or third or fifth time. I heard most of this for the first, and I don't believe any of it. Nothing.
Hey.
Some of it.
I will tell you, you know how much I love sports.
Yeah, a whole bunch. So much. Mel is the biggest sports fan I've ever met in my entire life.
0 is an amount, and that is
Yeah,
about...
loves the sports ball so much.
Our next episode is going to be a sports hoax.
All right, good.
So this took me a little bit of doing. So
Yeah,
at least,
it's going to take me a little bit of doing for listening.
At least Disney was more in my ballpark.
Yeah, good. Oh, that's a sports joke. Well, you can find us on most major audio listening platforms at Beggars Belief. If you'd like to leave us any comments, feel free to write to us at beggarsbeliefpodcast@gmail.com. Find us on Instagram at beggarsbeliefpodcast. And as always, from this side of the microphone, don't believe everything you hear.